In this video, I'll be asking the top experts in the field where they would invest their money if they were starting out. But because I do not want to simply interview someone via video chat, I will fly to Dubai. The room is on the 61st floor. Wow, it's amazing here. Hi, my name is Petko Alexandrov and I came to the world's biggest expo in the industry to ask 3 experts where to invest $10,000 if I was a beginner. So if you are ready, let's dive straight in. Where should people invest in 2023 considering the high inflation and the recession?
To invest in 2023, people should be extra careful. Not only because of the interest rate, it's because of so many things going on all over the world, right? So people should have the freedom to choose who to follow and what product they want to trade. And I understand not necessarily everyone has the knowledge and the time, ability to trade or invest. That's why with Handtag, we have a social trading platform. You can choose who you want to follow.
My personal opinion, and again as somebody who works in the cryptocurrency industry and the digital asset industry, would be in cryptocurrency. I have before, I have lost, but at least I kept it there and I will continue to keep it there. So that's my personal opinion.
Many people are afraid of losing, but actually that's the way people learn, and we should not be afraid of failing, right? And even right now when Bitcoin dropped over 80%. Do you still think people should not be afraid to invest in crypto?
I don't think they should be. I think the technology is solid. I can understand why there's fear around it. I mean, it's the same thing when the internet was first launched. There was a lot of unknown, just a lot of lack of knowledge around the topic, which I think is normal. So fear is natural. But, somebody, again, who works in the industry, and when you look at the blockchain technology and what the benefits of digital assets are, I would say it is, I think it's a good investment, so yes.
Right, because the blockchain is a blockchain, doesn't matter if FTX or any other exchange will bankrupt, the blockchain will be there and the technology is stable, that's what matters, right?
If anything, it's not a bad thing. I think with every new technology, there's a certain cycle that gets repeated, and during that cycle, you see all the bad players that get flushed out. And so, it's maybe not good for the industry as a whole, but at the same time, it's good that it's becoming a more regulated, with all the bad players getting flushed out, so to say.
Considering that the volatility has increased in the last few years, especially in the late 2022, because of the change in the interest rates by the major central banks, we have seen a huge devaluation of the euro against the dollar, because the dollar, or in this case the United States Central Bank, the Fed, has changed the interest rates at a much different pace than the other central banks. So what happens is this creates a huge discrepancy between the major currencies, which leads to a higher demand for dollars in the market. That's why we've seen euro-dollar going down. Now, is this trend going to continue? I believe so. I believe we're going to see a continuation of the pressure by the dollar.
So you mean if people have savings, or if you have savings, you'd keep them in American dollars right now, or you prefer in euro?
I think right now, when it comes to recession, dollar is the king in these situations. Especially because when we see the stock market, usually the stock market is in the periods of recession, we see the results of the companies going down, we see a lot of cuts, especially in investments and in staff. So this means that the stock prices usually go down. Now, if we stock ourselves in dollars, we are more prepared to deploy against those dollars again in these asset classes like the stock market. So at some point we will see, after the recession, another boom again in the higher risk demand assets, which is the case of stocks. But if we stock ourselves in dollars, we guarantee that we are a little bit more conservative in our investments and make sure that we try to avoid the risk of recession.
What is the good starting amount a beginner should risk?
I think for anyone, you should begin with as small as possible. Okay. With us, you can start with maybe $20. and you can see all the signals that you like, and you get used to the system, then you increase your capital, your investment. It's very important to learn, to study first. So I always say start with as small as possible.
So you say start small amount just to see how it's going, if it works, if you like the signals, if you see profits in your account, then is the time you should invest more.
Exactly. We don't encourage anyone because, investing is risky enough, right? Everyone should be, just to be safe to start with. Otherwise, you're just gonna lose your money, and we don't want anyone to suffer from that.
To be honest, it's a very, very personal decision, I think, and very relative. But my, only suggestion would be don't invest something too big in there yet, because it's still somewhat in its early stages. Invest an amount that you're comfortable investing. That if there is more turbulence, you don't feel, bad about, but at the same time, if there's a big reward, you're happy about it. So it's a relative amount, I would say, but it's that amount. Don't go too big, or that's just what I think right now.
Yeah, small profit is still a profit,
Yeah.
right? And the last question: what is the one thing you did that changed your life?
I think it must be venturing into new industries. So when it comes to my career, so I was in supply chain 10, 12 years ago when it was still sort of the new thing. Now I'm in crypto, so I would say that.
And you're happy being in the crypto industry?
I am. It's a lot of learnings, and that part I find incredibly exciting. It's also really nice to have knowledge in something that's still up and coming. So from my side, I'm really happy with it. I know there's a little bit of risk, but I do think the learnings and the benefits outweigh that by far.
So when I started trading, one thing that really, really helped me was to every day to create a journal and set limits on how much I was willing to lose or how much I was willing to win. So every day I had, and let's use an example, I have an account with $10,000. If every day we have our own journal where we record our own trades and say, for example, I cannot lose more than $200 and I cannot make more than $1,000. So we are setting our daily risk at 2% and our daily potential wins at 10%. As long as we keep on those limits, we guarantee that we are creating discipline within ourselves.
Yeah.
We understand how to manage our risk, and we create a good practice, which is managing our account like it's managing a company.
One thing that happened to me was when I was 17 years old, my dad told me to go study in London. So that changed my life. But personally, the decision I made in my life was when I decided to relocate to Thailand. So, I've been there for 2 years, and I've been working for Hantech for 7 years, and we are doing very good in Thailand. So next year, I'll move to maybe another country. So yeah, 2 things in my life that happened. So definitely changed my life.
Awesome. So don't stick to one place. If you want to improve, make sure you always move to a better place every 2 years.
Yeah.
And all of the experts said that risking a small amount is essentially important, that these guys know what they're talking about. Let me show you what's outside. These are the cars that those people drive. Okay, not true. These are branded cars, but still a fantastic place to finish the video. And if you have found it useful, you guys make sure to subscribe, smash the like button, and I will see you in the next one. It's a Mustang from 1665. This is where we should have recorded it.